What did Melanie eat today? I said, oh, I gave her fruits and cheese this morning. And then, you know, for lunch, I gave her some crackers. And I made her some oatmeal. And... I thought I heard somebody yelling at me, bitch. Who the fuck are you talking to? I looked at her like... She basically yelled at me like, oh, why didn't you... Like, she snapped at me. Why didn't you give her the... You really want your kid to eat toilet gourmet? That's fucking crazy to me. I'm not feeding the baby toilet slop. What part of that don't you understand, bitch? On Yvana. Let's get this. Let's get it. Hey. Let me stop. It's supposed to be Christmas, guys. All right, let me put on my my Valley girl accent. Hello, everyone. Merry holidays. I hope you guys are enjoying 12 days of story time. As you guys can tell by the title, we're going to be doing the long-awaited story time of my cousin that forced her daughter to eat throw up. Roll the intro. If you guys have not been streaming my single, what are you doing? Go stream my single. Thank you so very much for those of you guys who have been streaming my single nonstop. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. I really do hope you guys have been enjoying 12 days of story time, by the way. For those of you guys who haven't been commenting, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, Valley girl. I don't do that shit. I was just being a bitch. I don't do that shit. We back here. Comment! Merci en pile. Anyhow, fun fact. We're actually going to be talking about Ricardo's sister, okay? I've given her a name. She is technically that one cousin I keep talking about that lives in France, Ricardo's sister. He has 3 sisters. I don't know if I'll ever talk about the third one, but we have Regina that lives in Haiti. Yolanda's the one that lives in France that we're going to be talking about today. And then we have a third one. I don't know what we'll call her Jasmine or some shit, but... yeah, she's really nuts. Jasmine's kind of nuts. But I don't have no stories about her because, like, I haven't had too many encounters with her. But like I said, she's a little crazy. So nobody really takes anything she says serious. But over time on this channel, you'll see that all of those kids are kind of whacked out. And Auntie didn't do a good job raising her kids because she didn't raise them at all. She cared about was the business. Yeah, so this story takes place when I was in high school and kind of leads up to present day in a way. So back when I was 15, I spent 3 months in France. Woo, you're so lucky. To be honest, I hated France. I don't ever want to go back. I don't see anything special about it. I was kind of forced to go. It was sprung on me. I never knew I was going. Like, I found out I was going to France like a week before. I had a summer planned with boys, friends, and ice cream. And then I came home one day and my parents was like, you're going to France. You're going to see family. Aren't you excited? I said, no. The fuck? I had a summer love affair waiting to happen. I was 15 and I think JJ might have cheated on me that summer. Yo, I think I was with... yeah, any fucking way. That's crazy as hell. But I ain't gonna lie, the experience, it was a great one. I did come back completely different. That was like that turning point summer. That was the summer where, like, after I came back like different. I started wearing heels. I started dressing up. I started eating with a fork, bitch. Like, I came back like, so yeah, I came back like a new bitch. But I don't like shit about France. I don't like the food. I don't like the people. I don't like the Haitians. I don't like the air. Only thing good about France is how nice they keep their street. I don't know, like, a lot of people have said that the streets are actually dirty. I don't know what they're talking about. I think the streets are actually really, really nice. Even the hood was nice when I went. The projects was nice. But, hey, what the fuck do I know? I was there for 3 months, right? But I did do a whole video about the experience. I'll hopefully remember to link it down below. I did it on my Haitian channel. And also, we all know Haiti has a very tumultuous pass with France, so anything that has to do with France, I just don't fucking like it. I even took French AP and I refuse to speak it. The only time I speak French is when someone from France can't find the McDonald's and I have to give them directions. Other than that, you will not catch me speaking the oppressor's language. I don't give a flying fuck. Okay? So, that's no disrespect to those of you guys who are born in France. Obviously, that's where y'all born. I can't, if you migrated there, whatever. But for me, I don't have any desire to appease to those motherfuckers. So, let the story commence. So yes, 15, went to France for a summer, head over there, and I end up staying at Yolanda's house. Okay, Yolanda, again, is Ricardo's sister. I believe she is older than Ricardo, and at the time, she had just had her daughter. We're gonna have to name her something. So her daughter, we're gonna name her Melinda. Y'all, so I accidentally changed Melinda's name to Melanie, so same person. My bad, y'all. Just follow me here. So Melinda was supposed to actually be my goddaughter. However, at the time of her christening, I was not available. I was obviously in the States, and I could not get flown over to France. So they allegedly gave someone else her for them to hold for me, but I don't ever really consider her my goddaughter because for me that's not really official. Like I feel like you have to go with them to church for them to present them with you. Like that's just me. But hey, Haitians in their unofficial terms. But I've always loved that baby. Like I bonded with that baby like so much while I was over there. But Melinda was like definitely such a cute baby. She was such a chill baby. But I will say she was a very picky baby. So I would always stay with her when her mom went to work. Like shit, I was on vacation. Nobody else was on vacation. Motherfucker still gotta work. And all the time Yolanda used to leave food with me to feed Melinda. But I will say that the food was questionable. It wasn't Gerber. It wasn't mashed up fruit. It wasn't even like, just some rice and peas, y'all. Now, at the time when I got there, Melinda had to be like 9 months to 10 months old, somewhere around that. So she's eating solids, but they still, giving her like pureed foods and stuff like that. She definitely was not drinking breast milk at the time. So essentially the food that they were giving me to feed her, I'm not gonna lie, it was not appealing food. Like some of it was Haitian food, but it was like blended up. Like imagine légumes sauce. Let me try to translate that. Well, legume and like bean sauce with some rice, but blended up and put into like a little container. Want me to feed a baby or an elderly person with no teeth? I don't fucking know. I don't know any babies that eat blended up légumes sauce avec du riz. It was very fucking disturbing. Like at that point, just have the baby eat the sauce. I feel like bean sauce is, a little bit more fitting, but she would like blend up Haitian food for the baby to eat. So I would feed the baby like cereal in the morning, like the baby cereal, and then she would have like the blended up Haitian food for the afternoon. And then at night she would feed her whatever the fuck was on the menu for the night, some more blended up nasty shit. She would eat the cereal, maybe I'd give her some yogurt. And then during the middle of the day, like for lunch, I'll try to give her the nasty ass pureed garbage. And the baby would not eat it. Like she was not having it. She was screaming her head off. And I wouldn't give it to her because if the baby doesn't want to eat it, the baby doesn't want to eat it. What do you want me to do? So in turn, I would just give her something else. Either I would give her more cereal. I would try to give her some formula. She would have that. Or she would just have like there was sometimes other baby food. Thank God. There was other baby food in the house, but she would have something to eat. Sometimes I would cook her like little stuff. Don't even quote me on what it was. I made her soup a few times. I made her vegetable soup. Like I made sure, okay. I was like, girl, you gotta eat something because like and the crazy part about it is she had options. So if it wasn't sauce pois légumes du riz, it was like fucking maïs moulin and fish pure. Oh, child. Wait, not fish. Chicken. It was like chicken and maïs moulin. Maïs moulin is cornmeal, so it'd be like cornmeal and like chicken just blended up together. Then it would be like bonon, which is plantains, like plantains and like another type of meat just blended together. Child, She had different options of Haitian food, blended up. Like she was an old lady with no teeth. I understand babies are comparable to old people, but Jesus Christ. I wanted to cry for the baby. What the fuck are you doing, bitch? So, it was a frightful sight to see, to say the least. The baby was not happy with her choices. I tried to get her to eat the other option, so safe to say I just would make her other things, or I would just feed her yogurt until the motherfucking came on. I was 15, okay? I was 15. Safe to say I would not be a good teen mother. The mom would always come back from work, okay? Yolanda would come back to work. Let's see. She would come back to work around 6, 7 o'clock. And she would be like, oh, ça Melinda manger, what did Melinda eat? And I'll be like, oh, she had cereal for breakfast, and then I made her some soup. She had chips as a snack. She had crackers as a snack, or she had some fruit as a snack. Like, I would just give her a rundown. And sometimes she'd be too busy to notice or care. Sometimes she would be upset and be like, oh, pour que ça pas mal manger? Or why didn't you give her that food? Or, oh, why is every time I leave this food, you don't give it to her? Next time, give her that food that I leave here. So the second time she said that, I was like, oh, well, she doesn't like it. And she's like, what do you mean she doesn't like it? I said, she doesn't like it. Every time I try to give it to her, she won't eat it. She said, oh, come on, pas manger là. What do you mean she's not going to eat it? She's a baby. She doesn't have a choice. C'est bébé, il pas que choix. I understand parents that feel like kids don't have choices. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's very disgusting. Like, that is a defenseless human being, and I feel like as a parent, you're the one that's supposed to be making the choices. And if you as a parent are making choices and your first response in regard to your kid not eating this nasty ass slop that you've blended up for them in a plate and decide that they need to digest is they don't have a fucking choice, bitch, Dyfus, what the fuck they got in France? Defos? I don't fucking know. Girl, I looked at her like, literally that was my face. I was like, well, she didn't want to eat it. I don't know what you expected me to do. Like, I literally was, I walked away because wait, what do you want me to do and what do you want me to say? She literally, like, she kind of had an attitude. And mind you, I was there for 3 months. She kept leaving her slop for the baby to eat, okay? The shit kept looking like diarrhea, and she expected the baby to munch it all up and eat it like she didn't have a choice, and the baby was not eating it. I'm not gonna force feed a baby something. And she kept consistently getting upset, like, oh, why don't you just feed the baby that? And I'm like, I don't know what you I don't understand. She's like, well, the baby's not going to get any bigger, because this is the thing, it was very little. But also her mom was very little. So I'm like, I mean, that's, bruh. But like, I'm talking about like, she was a little baby. But still, like, you're very little too, bitch. Like, you're going to have a little baby. I don't fucking know. She's like, oh no, but she's little because you're not feeding her. Are you accusing me of starving your fucking baby? Maybe if you actually made food that was edible for human consumption, she wouldn't want to starve herself. She wouldn't be committing suicide. She wouldn't want to die. Bitch, I'm not starving your baby. You starving yourself trying to kill yourself over that bitch. She not eating the food. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, soul food get like, ah. So I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, oh my God. So it got to a point where one day, I don't know if she had a bad day. I don't know if her man left her. Oh, she ain't had a man. Let me stop. I don't know if she had a bad day. I don't know if she got fired. I don't know if her dick appointment canceled. Came home, same spew. What did Melanie eat today? I said, oh, I gave her fruits and cheese this morning. And then, you know, for lunch, I gave her some crackers. And I made her some oatmeal. And I thought I heard somebody yelling at me, bitch. Who the fuck are you talking to? I looked at her like, she basically yelled at me like, oh, why didn't you, like, she snapped at me. Why didn't you give her the... You really want your kid to eat toilet gourmet? That's fucking crazy to me. I'm not feeding the baby toilet slop. What part of that don't you understand, bitch? I literally was like, like in the comments voice, One thing about me, you go to level 10, I'm going to level negative 12 because I don't have time for that. You're not about to, like, bitch, that's a fucking lie. That's me now. Back in the day, I was crazy. Bitch, you yell at me, I'm yelling. So I was like, leap out of my head. Like, I was like, she don't want to eat that. She don't. So we going back and forth. She's like, oh, leap out of my head. Oh, she don't want to eat it. She don't want to eat it. She goes in the fridge. She takes the food that I tried to feed her. She doesn't even warm it up. She takes the spoon, she shoves it in, and she proceeds to take the baby. Okay, mind you, and I remember this vividly. She literally, she went to the fridge, she took the spoon, she boise. She put the shit, like she slammed that shit on the table. She said, "Kot Melani." Went to go get her, plopped her in the fucking feeding chair, picked the shit back up, put the spoon back in, and shoved the food in her mouth. That baby was screaming from here to America. Well, from France to America, bitch. And I'm just sitting there like, the baby is screaming. She's like, Pejalu, like just shut, like telling the baby to shut up. Telling the baby to shut up, y'all. The baby is now throwing up the food. She is taking the spoon, taking the throw up, and putting the throw up back in her mouth. God strike me down now if I'm lying. I'm watching this shit like, why? Like, I was like, why are you doing that? Like, Pukisa, like, faut manger. Oh, she has to eat. You sitting there not feeding her. You sitting there like, I'm like, bro, she doesn't want to eat the food. Like, I ain't never seen a baby cry that hard. Like, at that point, I tried to take her. So at this point, I'm trying to take her. And she's like, no, she got to sit there. She going to sit right there. She going to eat the food. She going to sit right there. I'm like, the kid is throwing up. She's literally feeding the kid to throw up. I'm just sitting there like, bro, I'm trying to take the kid. She not letting me take the kid. Eventually, after like 5, maybe 10 minutes of that nonsense, she lets me take the baby. The baby's fucking screaming bloody murder. Like, it was bad. It was really fucking bad. So after that, I lost all respect for her. To this day, I really don't fuck with her. She be sitting there trying to talk to me like we're cool, like I forgot that shit. I was literally 15, not 5, ho. I'm not gonna forget that, bitch. I'm not gonna forget that. So fast forward. So part of the reason I really didn't like my France family, besides that, was the fact that my family from France, like besides the fact that they're clearly pieces of shit because of that situation. Well, that's one. So I had another set of family, right? So they basically treated one of my other cousins like Sitanis, aka Cinderella. Like, they sat here and they expected her to be basically a second mother to her little sister. And they also have this whole principle of like the girls clean and the girls do this and the boys just run wild and be ugly, dirty messes. It got to a point where like every time I would sleep over there, they would be on this. Well, okay, maybe it was, okay, I think that was a France mindset. It was a French mindset of this whole petit déjeuner, like wake up in the morning type shit. I talked about that in my Why I Hate French People or Why I Hate France video on my Haitian channel. So basically, they would always do this thing where they would wake you up. Like, you don't sleep in France. And even if you do sleep in France, like you still gotta wake up in the morning. So like, say if you plan on sleeping in until like 3 p.m., you still gotta wake up for breakfast and then go back to sleep. I don't like that shit, bitch. Don't fucking wake me up, okay? Chris Brown voice. Don't wake me up. No, I don't like Chris Brown, but bitch, it's fitting for the situation. Don't fucking wake me up. So one time, we came from a party at like 2 a.m. I don't remember what it was, but it was late. And they literally had the nerve, gall, audacity to wake me up at like 7 a.m. talk about some petit déjeuner. Like, bitch, what do you mean petit déjeuner? Nigga, we came home mad late. I don't want your fucking breakfast. Talk about some petit déjeuner. Nigga, fuck you. Like, fuck you and your breakfast. And they went and complained to my mom. Talking about, oh, tu fais ça pas, j'en parle. What did they say? They said, petit ça pas, j'en parle de réponse. Oh, this girl don't ever not have a response. Yeah, bitch, I got a mouth, I gotta speak. I got a mouth, I'm gonna speak. That's why y'all treat y'all daughter like shit and she gonna kill y'all in y'all sleep. Let me stop, I'm sorry. Not really, though. She escaped, though. She got married. She got married to leave with her nigga. A little too late if you ask me. She should have got married at 12. But any fucking way. That's for another story for another time that I'm probably never going to tell. But Yeah, like they was just always talking shit like, oh, how come I always gotta respond? I ain't your fucking kid, bitch. I ain't your fucking kid. I got a mouth. And I'll curse you the fuck out with it. Waking me up to the they ain't never wake me up after that. I swear to God, I'll tell you that. So anyways, fast forward. Let me tell you, bro. Fast forward. So Melanie, right? I haven't seen her ever since I was 15. So now I left and Melanie was turning 1. So she is now 10 plus. She's about what, 13, 14 now? I hope I did that math correct. And now Yolanda is constantly calling my mom, talking about how Melanie is such a bad kid. Like, to the point where it doesn't make sense how she's that grown and she's so misbehaved and how she acts like a toddler. And I was listening to this and I looked at my mom like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, apparently she draws on the walls. She punches holes in the walls. She's very angry. Sometimes she fights her mom. She fights other kids in school. She steals. She yells. She kicks. She screams. I was like, that's strange. It's probably due to how she treated her as a baby. And more than likely, probably how she treated her growing up when no one was around. Shit. And Mama was like, what are you talking about? I said, oh, you don't know about how she forced her to throw up? Mama was like, Kisa Abdullah, what are you talking about? Told my mom the story. And my mom's mouth was to the floor. My mom was like, oh, Yolanda didn't do that. I said, so I'm lying? She's like, I don't want to know. I don't think you would lie about something like that. But are you sure? Like, Yolanda did that to Melanie? I said, yeah. She was like, all those kids are crazy. Ricardo's crazy. Yolanda's crazy. Regina, Regina's good. Regina's good. She's the only good one. But they're all crazy. I was like, she was like, you're a fool. You're a fool. You're a good fool. I was like, yeah. And she was like, I can't believe she did that. I was like, yeah. And mind you, I was there for that. I don't even know what would have happened after. It's been 14 years, and she was a baby. She was like she wasn't even really walking for real. Like she was stumble walking. She barely talked. She literally just pushed her first tooth at the time. I know she just turned 1. So to be honest, what other damage was done, the world will never know. And she was like my mom was just like. So my mom goes eventually and tells Yolanda. And you guys are probably like, wow, why the fuck would your mom go and tell her that? This is the thing. If I told you something, I have no problem with you going back and saying, oh, Yvana told me that I don't give a fuck. I said that shit. You can go and tell blah, blah, blah that I said blah, 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 unless I explicitly tell you not to. Because I don't lie. I ain't never fucking lied. The only time I'll be like, don't tell is if it's like, if it's real tea, real tea. And I need to make sure I can still get the tea. Or if it's one of those situations where it's like, it's very sensitive information, but like it's rare. I'm not going to lie. So if I know I didn't lie and I know the information is not necessarily sensitive, I don't care. You could go and say, oh, Yvana said, yeah, go ahead. Because I said that shit. And I ain't gonna hide behind it. Yeah, I said that shit. One of those times where Yolanda was highly upset that her daughter was acting the fuck up. My mom went and was like, oh, well, maybe it's because you forced her to throw up. Yolanda was like, what? She was like, yeah, Yvana told me what you did. She was like, jamais, ma jamais fait ça. Oh, I never did that. She was like, no, Yvana said you did. I'm very sure you did. Yvana wouldn't lie about that. Oh, no, she's lying. I never did that. I was right there and I heard that shit. I said, I'm lying. Say that shit again. I'll slap the shit out of you. Better yet, I'll catch a flight to slap the shit out of you myself. I'm lying. She stood there quiet. That was music to my ears because I swear to God, I would have booked the flight to France the same day. Moral of the story, treat your kids kindly. Don't force them to eat throw up, especially if you're making cafeteria slop from the toilet to feed them as babies. Okay? And Lord knows what else she was doing to that kid behind closed doors and as she got older. Because that shit don't even make any sense. I feel like the girl was just taking shit out on her. I feel like since she didn't I hate to say it, since she doesn't like the baby father doesn't want to be with her, that's why she was treating that kid like shit. Because why in actual fuck would you force a kid to eat their what? With that being said, I would love to hear what you guys think about the story down below. I know this is a long awaited story. I've been talking about this for a long time in passing. And you guys keep being like, bro, what are you even talking about? So yeah, that's the story. Yeah. And the fact that she tried to say that I lied about that shit is crazy. I would where the fuck did I get that story from? My ass, you bitch. Yeah, so ever since then, I never really respected her ass. I only communicate with her when I have to, in regards to her mother, a.k.a. Ricardo's mother, a.k.a. my aunt. But other than that, bitch, fuck you. Don't talk to me, you fucking baby abuser. Don't fucking talk to me. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying 12 Days of Storytime. Make sure you guys do smash the like button, share this video, and most importantly, check out my new single. For those of you guys who are into vision board making, I am having a workshop. Please make sure you guys go register. It will be on Wednesday. And yeah, I hope I see you guys there. I love you guys so very much. Everything you need is always linked down below. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye.